A new year means new opportunities to put your money to work in the greatest wealth creator on the planet, the stock market. Even with the broad-based S&P 500 ended 2020 at all-time high, history has shown time and again that if you buy high-quality companies and hang onto them over the long run, you have a very good chance to build wealth. In today's video, I'm sharing with you guys my top stocks to buy in 2021 that will give you the best opportunity to end the year in a profit column. And if you guys want to see any more investing tips, stocks, methods, and strategy for me in the future, then be sure to subscribe down below. Turn on my post notifications so you never miss another upload. Now, let's jump right into the video. Choosing the best stock to buy today depends heavily on your personal financial situation. To get a feel for where you stand, it might surprise you to learn that a $10,000 investment in the S&P 500 index 50 years ago will be worth nearly $1.2 million today. Stock investing, when done well, is among the most effective ways to build long-term wealth, and we are here to teach you how. Also, we made a video talking about what should you do to pick the right stock for you. I'll leave the link in the description, or you can click right here in the corner. You can invest in individual stocks if and only if you have the time and desire to thoroughly research and evaluate the stock on an ongoing basis. If this is the case, we 100% encourage you to do so. It is entirely possible for a smart and patient investor to beat the market over time. In addition to buying individual stocks, you can choose to invest in an index fund, which track a stock index like the S&P 500, or you can invest in actively managed funds that aim to beat an index. On the other hand, if things like quarterly earnings report and moderate mathematical calculation doesn't sound appealing, there's absolutely nothing wrong with taking a more passive approach. Now, let's talk about the best stocks for 2021. And number 1, we got Alphabet. Google, named Alphabet, is the go-to place for online research, and the number 2 search engine is far behind it. Google's search engine has a 73% market share and is known to provide the most accurate and relevant search results. Its primary source of revenue is online advertising, which also includes advertising on YouTube, and that grew over 20% in each of the last 2 fiscal years. The FANG stocks have been near surefire winners over the past decade. In 2021, Alphabet should continue that streak and make its shareholders richer. As you may be aware, Alphabet is the parent company of dominating search engine Google Basic. This makes it a logical destination for advertisers looking to reach target or broad audience. A rebound US and global economy will only further play into Google's significant ad pricing power. Beyond search, Alphabet is seeing plenty of robust growth from content streaming platform YouTube and cloud infrastructure segment Google Cloud. YouTube is one of the 3 most visited social platforms on the planet, while Cloud is Alphabet's fastest growing operation segment that grew 45% in the third quarter 2020. As Cloud grows into a larger percentage of total sales, Alphabet's operating cash flow can head significantly higher. Now let's check the annual return of Alphabet stock. Alphabet actually has an average return of 18.79% annually. Now let's put an example. If you had invested $1,000 in Google 10 years ago, how much your investment would have grown by now? We found that your investment now will be worth $5,594. But why Alphabet is the number 1 in our list? Well, we consider that Google is very powerful that they know more information about yourself than you. Just look how billionaires treat Google. First, Elon Musk once said, "The only one company I'm afraid of is Google." We don't know exactly how Google can affect Elon Musk's projects, but also he's not the only one that looked Google as a monster. Jeff Bezos, on the other hand, once said, "Treat Google like a mountain. You can climb the mountain, but you can't move the mountain." For me, this means in some way that Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk know how big and powerful Google can be. Although they say Google is big and powerful, there's something that might be interesting in you. What does Google know about you? The Tech Guide helps you to find where you're looking for, get where you need to go, and organize your life. But with all the data that they collect on you, does Google know you better than anyone? That can be really scary, right? Now let's see how does Google track you. Well, first, everybody likes Google Chrome. For a lot of people, it's the only browser they use. Also, Google takes your information while you watch videos on YouTube. They look at what you search and what you watch. Google Maps track your location visited in places researched. Hangout, track your contacts and conversation. Google Books tracks the type of book that you read. Photos tracks people in places tagged. Calendar tracks the upcoming plans and appointment. Waze, that is the same that Google Maps, tracks direction searched and places visited. Google Search, which is the searcher number 1, tracks all the information that you search, the time that you search, and the location. And finally, they use ads, shopping, and news to track products searched, studies read, and topics interested in. Next, how well does Google know you? Well, Google knows pretty much who you are. Facial recognition, voice comments, and ad search tracking gives Google a good idea of who you are and how you live. They especially focus on what you look like, your religious and political beliefs, what you sound like, if you have dietary restriction, how healthy you are, and if you have children. All of this information is collected by Gmail, Google, Google Chrome, Photos, and ads that you click. Next, everywhere you ever been. Google location monitoring and tracking apps keep detailed data on where you've been, when you were there, and what you were doing. They know where you live, where you work, where you visit, and where you travel. All of this information is collected by Google Chrome, Maps, Google Search, Calendar, and Waze. Next, who your friends are. Gmail and Google Hangout keep data on your contacts and conversation, while Google Maps and Google Calendar show where you've been and with whom. They focus on who you talk to, who you email, where you met them, and what you talk about. And how this information is collected? Well, they collect this when you send emails, when you look for an address, and when you use calendars. Next, they know what you like and dislike. Google asks what you're interested in from the queries you search, ads you click on, and apps you use. They especially focus on food, books, movie, videos, and stars. They track this information by Google Chrome, News, Google Search, Books, YouTube, and Shopping. Next, believe it or not, they know your future plans. Google Calendar and Gmail track your upcoming trips, reservation, and appointments. While your search queries tell you a story about what you want for the future, they look at where you're thinking about buying, upcoming trips, where do you want to travel, and if you want to have a child. This information is collected by Google Chrome, Gmail, Google Search, and Calendar. Next, Google saves all your online history. From what sites you visit to how many bookmarks you have. They look at every website you ever visited, your Chrome Store apps, your Chrome Store extension, your browser settings, your data autofills, and your open tabs. This information is tracked when you use Chrome, you search something on Google, or you use Gmail account. Google, like Facebook, use this information to target customized advertising to you. However, you decide to use the internet. This can be via search, mobile phone, Gmail, YouTube, or other apps that runs ads connected to Google network. Next, Amazon, the American top e-commerce company. Amazon can make investors richer in 2021. In case you didn't know, Amazon is kidnapping the US online retail. In March 2020, eMarketer estimated that Amazon controlled 38.7% of the US online sales, and was on track to expand its share lead another 100 basis points in 2021. For some context here, no other company is within 33% points of Amazon when it comes to US online retail shares. Though the margins from retail aren't great, Amazon has been able to put its e-commerce success into signing up more than 150 million Prime members worldwide. The more exciting growth catalyst is cloud infrastructure service Amazon Web Services, and has a current annual run rate of $46 billion, and is responsible for generating most of the Amazon operating income, despite accounting for only an eighth of the total sales, because of the margin associated with cloud services are so much higher than retail. AWS gives Amazon a real chance to triple its operating cash flow in the next 4 years. Amazon sales jumped 35% to $260 billion, filtering into $14 billion profit, 7% higher than in the year ago period. Free cash flow, which enables Amazon to continue investing in the future, was $29 billion for the trailing 12 months ended September 3rd. That's 26% higher than a year earlier. Next, Etsy. Etsy came of age both as company and a stock in 2020. By operating one of the kind e-commerce platforms for unique handcraft goods, Etsy was able to stand out from all of the other brick and mortar retailers, offering their remarkable products online during the crash. Etsy, which boasts 3.7 million active sellers worldwide, offering unique products to 16.6 million active buyers, provides a marketplace like no other. Expect 2020 holiday numbers to be solid as shoppers look for more personal gifts. Etsy stock was the second best S&P 500 stock of 2020. It almost certainly will match that in 2021, and it mildly struggled early. But Etsy could nonetheless finish the year as one of the best growth stock. Currently, Etsy has an estimated 5% market share of $100 billion market for special retail items, and it has a total addressable market of $1.7 trillion. As you consider your investment opportunities for 2021, also think about your investment horizon, goals and risk tolerance when you evaluating new holdings for your portfolio. While individual stock and sector may be positioned for a particular good year, low-cost index fund provide you with exposure to many of the same sectors and stocks that may make it big in 2021. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Let me know in the comment box, would you invest in any of these companies? Subscribe to my channel because every week I'm in YouTube with new content, and do not forget to activate the bell so you don't miss any of our videos. See you next time.